Hello, everybody. My name is Maddie. I'm one of the physical therapists here at Rogue PT and Wellness, and I am joined by Nancy, Peggy, and Karen here. And they all recently went to the Power Retreat this past year. So they're each going to introduce themselves. They're just going to say their name, how long they've been diagnosed with Parkinson's, where are they from, and how long they've been coming to Rogue. So, Nancy, I'm going to pass the mic to you.
My name is Nancy Barnes, and I have been diagnosed 10 years ago. Been quite a trip. Anyway, I am from Corona Del Mar, I guess, and love this gym, but moving on.
Hi, I'm Peggy Faber. I'm actually from Vancouver, Washington, but I have a beautiful new grandbaby that's down here, so I make my way down here as much as possible. I have been diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2018, so a little over 7 years now.
Hi, I'm Karen, also known as Karen number 2 if you go to the support group. I was diagnosed about 1.5 years ago, and I think I came upon my diagnosis a little differently than most people because I was diagnosed 30 years ago with essential tremor. And I just happened to be seeing my essential tremor doctor, and she noticed a change. And so that was 1.5 years ago, and I was lucky to find out about Rogue almost immediately. So I've been coming here about 1.5 years.
Thank you, ladies, for sharing all that information. So the reason we're here today is to talk a little bit about the Power Retreat. I know that a lot of our members have questions about it, and it's great to kind of hear firsthand experience of what these women went through, and then also to talk about their friendship, because they met a little bit before the retreat, but got really close throughout the retreat. So kind of first question, who all of you guys can answer or whoever you guys decide, but just kind of talk about a little bit about the Power Retreat. What are some of the things that you guys do? What were some of the activities that went on throughout the day?
You take it, we'll take it. So the Power Retreat starts by screening you before you go. So when you get there, you're already kind of predetermined in what level you're in, similar to the classes here at Rogue. A typical day starts with pole walking, which you will learn very quickly. You come back from pole walking, and there's usually 2 sets of exercises. And again, different groups do different exercises. One is always power move based, and then the other is usually circuit based, and it's a hoot. The people that set this up are volunteers. I believe Alex from Rogue has did it 1 year. So it's different people from different parts of the country, and they all have a different way of doing things. So you never know what to expect. Then in the afternoon, we have speakers. I would say I enjoyed probably 3/4 of them very, very much. Some of them were a little more scientific than I could handle. And then in the evenings, we were either on our own, or they would have like a game night or get to know you night or a dance. You guys want to add anything?
Drum circle.
Yeah, drum circle.
Yeah, yes. So we also did different activities during the day. The theme for this year's Power Retreat was music or using your voice or being heard. And so we did a lot of singing. We did a drum circle. Karen, I'll let you talk about it, but we all loved it.
Right. They had us come in, and there was a big room. How many? There were about 40 of us,
At least.
yeah, and about 20 of them. And you had, depending on how early you got there, you had your choice of different big drums, little drums, things you do this with. And I'd never been to one before. Actually, I wasn't that excited about it. And but it turned out to be my favorite part of the retreat because the leader was so good. She's also the one that led us in singing, and her husband was participating too. Very, very knowledgeable, and we turned out that we all made really great, fun, beautiful music together. So we highly recommend the drum circle. And like you said, I think the lectures, most of them were really informative. We had people that, they're on the cutting edge of what's happening in our community. So I was impressed with every single person I met there that was affiliated with Power.
Thank you so much for adding on the information. Let's kind of talk about how your guys' relationship has manifested over the Power Retreat. So kind of how did you guys meet beforehand? Did you guys know each other at Rogue? Did you guys do similar classes, or was it the first time meeting at the Power Retreat?
Nancy and I met Friday before the Sunday when we flew out. And we ended up on the same airplane, and then we were sort of together at the hip, joined at the hip after that. And Peggy and I had one or two classes together here. I sort of saw her in the back. I knew she was the lady that does the marathons. And I also thought she was from Canada. And Claire, though, had told us the week before, asked if I wanted a roommate. And she said that she knew someone she thought would be a good roommate for me. So Peggy and I are roommates. And you didn't because of the temperature or something.
Well, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't have a roommate, and because I think I like it really cold at night. I mean, I put it down to 60 if I can. So, so it's pretty cold, and I don't think everybody likes that. So,
Say something.
I was just going to say, we created a ritual after the day was officially over. It was usually dinner time. And before dinner time, the three of us would hit the pool. By the end of the week, there was maybe 20 of us hitting the pool just because it was a great way to relax. They had a cold pool and
I
a,
was going to say, let's talk about the cold.
yeah, we did it.
Peggy's in the cold pool. And at first I had a companion with me. Nancy and I are like, no way. Then Nancy jumps in. So at 73 years old, I still caved to peer pressure. So I jumped in, but luckily there was a jacuzzi that I could go in after that. But it was really fun.
And I will say we solidified our friendships even further.
Cold pool jumping solidifies.
You guys created a bond over cold plunging there. Well, thank you for sharing that. I think it's a kind of a big fear for sometimes when members come up to us and say, I want to go to this really cool event. I want to go to the retreat, but I don't know anyone. So I think it just really shows that you can go either barely meeting somebody and then getting really close, or end up rooming with somebody that you don't really know and then build those friendships over time. Yeah, of course.
We have a comment.
It's probably the same thing. There were actually 9 of us from Rogue that went, and Karen was instrumental. She started a email thread that was like, here's interesting things about me, including she knows every digit of pi.
No, the
like,
first 20.
First 20 of pi. And she sent it to all of us, and we each tagged on our own narrative and answers to her questions. So we got to know that the full group as well.
Yeah, we were sort of a gang. And then we wanted to do one night courtesy of Ron.
Mhm.
That was very nice. Yeah, everyone members. Yeah, we were. Everyone pretty much knew and envied the fact that we have this facility and this kind of information available to us.
Thank you. Did you guys feel like a lot of the other people that were at the retreat asked you guys questions about Rogue and want to know your experience? Yeah.
We invited people. There was one couple there whose son had done the Surf City half, and we were like, come back next year and come visit our place. So I don't know if he will, but we tried.
All right, great. Next question, just kind of favorite experience that you guys had at the Power Retreat. I know we've already kind of talked a little bit about it, but I'd love to hear from each of you guys. Favorite experience, favorite lecture, a favorite activity, just something that was really memorable that stuck with you guys for your experience at the retreat.
I don't know the mine's favorite, but unlike most of the group, I wasn't really big on the pole walking. And to be clear, it wasn't really pole walking. In our group, it was pole jumping, running backwards, sprinting. We had the most fantastic person, Sarah, and she put us through our paces every morning. And so one of my favorite times is the first day when we saw the little bobcat cub.
Yeah.
We got to see some cool animals. But yeah, the pole walking was probably my most memorable because every morning I was, yeah, I cried. Okay, I cried. Every morning I woke up, she was already awake. We had to do pole walking at what, 6:30? She'd been up for an hour doing her own walking. So she was a very inspiring roommate to have. Take it away, Nancy.
you had Peggy, because I was barely making it on time, but I did. And when I interviewed with the company before I went, I told them that the last time they had me in the fast group, the really hard group, like you guys did, I said, I don't want to be on there. I said, I've slowed down a lot, and please get me into something easier. So they did. So I was by myself over there. I mean, not by myself. I had 20 or 30 other people, but my girls weren't with me. Huh?
Question. So this is your second time
Yes.
that you went to the retreat. Yeah. Any differences between the first and second?
Well, the place was different. We were in Scottsdale last time. Now we were in Tucson, and it was nice because we got to see her facility. What's her name?
Becky.
Becky. Yeah, Becky has a gym there, and I'd never seen it, so it was interesting to see that. Which it's not pretty nice. I don't think it's nicer than this. I don't know. What do you think?
It was different.
Yeah, different.
different.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of equipment here. I'll tell you that. Anyway, it was fun.
So as far as favorites go, I really have a hard time picking one, but one of the things that I treasure is the relationships that we made there, and I'm still in contact with a couple people. Love hearing from them, and it just kind of extends how well it was for me.
Are you guys planning on going to another power retreat? I know that's kind of up in the air right now on if there's going to be one next year, but do you guys plan on attending if there is one? Yes. Yeah.
I think it might be at the same time as the World Conference, the World Parkinson's Conference, which is making it really kind of hard to figure out, what to do. And they weren't even maybe going to have one. But so yeah, it is my second year, and the first year actually was really nice in Scottsdale at that hotel. And again, relationships galore. I mean, I still talk with this one guy all the time, and he was supposed to be at this thing also, but he had a hip replacement or something going on, so he didn't get to go. But it is nice because I probably wouldn't know you guys that well. No. Anyway, and before that, I went 2 years with this, and then I went up to Mishley's thing up in Seattle, in the Seattle area, and that is it's a lot less exercise, a lot less. It's mostly about nutrition and food and all the things that she likes to study, and it's very helpful, Although I had to do a big panel of blood work and everything, and it's that's kind of a waste, really. Anyway. That was good.
For any members who are thinking of wanting to attend the power retreat, any advice that you guys would give to them?
Power walking before you go.
Practice power walking before you go. Okay. Anybody else? Any other advice?
I would say just get it up and go. Get over your fears. You're gonna love it. I'll love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, we all came back, as well, maybe you weren't in the support groups. There were several of us in a support meeting right afterwards, and we were all just glowing. The caliber of people that they have there that are helping us really makes you feel good about the future for us with these type of people in our corner. And so I don't think we could say enough nice things about them.
That's great. Thank you. So those are kind of all the questions I have for you guys. Is there anything specific that any of you guys wanted to add, or anything else that you wanted to bring up?
Peggy's run 50 marathons, one in each state, and then another 10 just for fun.
She has. She's killing it in the marathons, that's for sure. Trying to take after her now.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Just as to the character of the people that were putting it on, Kim was the CEO of the Power Gym, Power Community, whatever. And I got an email from her about 2 weeks ago, and it said, I forget her name. The nutritionist contacted me and gave me the name of someone to pass on to the cute little girl from Vancouver who asked about a local nutritionist. And I just was really impressed that, 4 or 5 months afterwards, she had told me she had some students, and when they graduated, they would be perfect because they were in my location. So that kind of follow up happens, and that's a bit unusual. So I was very thankful for that.
Yeah, that's good. Well, thank you so much for coming in the Rogue and being willing to have this conversation. And for any of you guys that are watching, if you guys are Rogue members and have questions about the Power Retreat, Yeah, I'll have 3 ladies that you can ask for sure. And I know they'd all be willing to sit down with you and have a conversation with them. But thank you to each and every one of you for joining. Appreciate it.